Alright, you guys, well, I think it's time. In real time, it's been a few hours, actually a full day, since I recorded the first video on the new I Hate Farming Guides account. And we've made some progress, alright? We've got a bunch of energy. We are at level 32, and this is just after one day. And I'm still going to be playing a little bit off camera, but just in one day, we've reached level 32, and we've gotten some farms going. So we need to sit down and talk about the farming guide for this account. As you can see, I've got a few fun characters on here. So far, we have Scout Trooper, we have Obi-Wan Kenobi, Rey, Resistance Pilot, Snow Trooper. Those are some of the characters we've got upgraded so far. Obviously, you can see the rest right here. There's not that many, but we're still building. But I think it's important. I've seen a bunch of comments about how to best move forward with this account, about making the worst possible roster in the entire game. How do we do that? Well, we're going to talk about it right here with the worst farming plan. So right now, the top row, that's kind of just what I'm working with. I have a plan with these guys, but right now, these are the characters I want to work towards building actively. Stormtrooper Han, I'm farming wherever I can. And then these guys I'm just getting up as I go, just because I'm getting the resources. And these are the guys I'm mainly using with pretty much every single team that I'm using in every game mode. After this, I need to start going for some Imperials. I want to get a semblance of a Imperial Trooper team ready for Galactic War. I also need a Executrix fleet for Zetas, which we will be needing some Zetas on this account so that we can apply some Omicrons as well. So to do that, we're going to need the Executrix. So it makes sense to start farming Imperial pilots. So we need Gar Saxon, Imperial Super Commando for the Gauntlet, TIE Fighter pilot for the TIE Fighter, the Reaper, we need these two. So that's kind of some of the characters. And then I had Snow Trooper unlocked through a Bronzium pack, and I was like, you know what, I'll use Snow Trooper, I should say. I actually have heard that Snow Trooper can be good early game, but late game, we're not going to have any of the good Imperial Troopers, right? I am banning Piet, Veers, Dark Trooper, and Moff Gideon. Those guys are banned in this account. We're not allowed to use them. Those guys are too good for this roster. I actually have Dark Trooper. I think I have Dark Trooper ready to go. Do I? Or did I just get some shards for him? Hold on. I might have Dark Trooper shards. Did I get... Maybe I just got shards. I don't know. I thought for some reason I could unlock him. Oh, I can. Yeah. So I could unlock Dark Trooper. Banned character on this account. We are not getting Dark Trooper. I also think I might just leave out Stormtrooper. Hold on. Sorry, the music stopped. I also think we might leave out Stormtrooper on this farm. Stormtrooper is kind of a decent tank. We'll see where it goes from there. Range Trooper, I'm never going to farm. But Iden is banned on here as well. Just a lot of good Imperial Troopers, basically, we're not going to use at all. So these are what we're working with the Empire. Director Krennic and Colonel Stark and Magma Trooper are just kind of the leftover Imperial characters that are not good, that aren't really needed anything, besides like requirements for like Sith Eternal and stuff. So that's kind of where I'm coming from with that. After that, I do think it's probably a smart idea to get a Phoenix team without Rex up and running. Sure, this team is okay in the beginning, still levels of the game, but we're going to be taking this team to the very end of the game. That's something I also should have mentioned. All of these characters are going to need to have the best mods I can possibly get. I need to up my modding game if I want to do this, because to make these characters in this roster somewhat even minorly competitive, I'm going to need some amazing mods to go up against some of these other rosters we're going to be going up against, which will be some really fun live streams. So if you haven't checked out our live streams, we're going to start adding this into there, and that's going to be a lot of fun. Anyways, Phoenix is going to have to be one of those teams we go for. Super accessible early game. We're going to take this exact team all the way into the end game as well. So we're also going to need a Home 1 fleet. So this is what I've picked out. We have Admiral Akbar for the Home 1. We have Biggs and Wedge for their ships. Cassian, he's got a U-Wing, and I think Biston's got a U-Wing. So those are some characters we can build up for a fleet. After that, I think we're thinking about Ewoks. I think Ewoks are not as bad as people give them credit to be. However, we're not going to use Ewok Elder. We're not going to use Wicket, and we're not going to use Nisa. This is the team I came up with. I don't know if Chief Chirp... Well, without those three characters, I feel like Chief Chirpa lead is acceptable, because we're not going to have Ewok Elder, and we're not going to have Nisa or Wicket. So let me know what you think about this Ewok team. I think this is acceptable for the roster that we're trying to build. but I want to hear your thoughts on that. I think this is what I'll go with, but we'll just have to wait and see on that. So because of that, from this point, we'll have farmed Imperials, we'll have farmed a Rebels team, and we'll have R2-D2, and we'll have farmed Ewoks. So from this point, we're going to make our budget CLS team. Yes, we will go for CLS on this account, but we're going to have the weirdest roster possible. No Han Solo, no Chewbacca, no Chewpio, but just because the inherent nature of the account, we're going to get Ewoks eventually, and getting Ewoks just means you might as well just get 3PO. And since we'll have R2 and 3PO, you might as well just put them on a CLS team. So we will upgrade 3PO, we will upgrade R2, and we will upgrade CLS. However, no Han Solo, no Chewbacca. We'll have Lando and Bodhi in there instead. Lando is a rec for Jedi Master Luke, I believe, and Bodhi Rook is just kind of there. So characters, that would be able to throw in the CLS team that are kind of bad outside of their requirements. After that, I want to get into the Republic here. My Jedi Council here includes a Eth Koth lead with Amagundai, Plo Koon, Kit Fisto, and Luminara Unduli. I think I will apply the Omicron on Luminara Unduli. It is an Omicron, however, it is one of the worst Omicrons in the game. That being said, it is still an Omicron, which will make this team a little bit more usable. Again, I want this to be a bad account, but I want this to be a usable bad account. We can't just not compete and not play the game, because then there's no real content there, is there? So I have to find ways to play the game with these terrible characters. So Luminara Unduli, I'm deciding, is probably going to end up with the Omicron, just to make this team a little bit usable. After that, we have our rest of our Republic team, which includes Cody, Clone Sergeant, Cup, Jedi Knight Guardian, and Omega. The rest of the rejects of the Galactic Republic faction that really desperately need a rework. And it kind of, for me, it would suck for this roster if some of these characters got reworked so that I ended up accidentally having a good character, which is crazy to say. But I think a lot of these characters should be reworked. But it's funny to plan that out and say that out loud, that I hope these characters say bad. I don't know if I necessarily believe that, but it would be funny. After that, we got the real Old Republic here. These are some old bad characters for an Old Republic team. We have a Carthonasi lead with Sortie, Johani without the Omicron. We are not putting the Omicron on Johani. T3M4 and Mission without Zalbar. This is the best, worst team I could come up with. We ain't putting Canderous on there. We're not getting any of the Revens. We're not putting Bastila or Jolie on this roster. So this is what we've got. After that, we are probably going to go for the Radis for a ship. I think the Radis is pretty bad, but it's going to take a little bit of extra farming. So we're not going to get Zori, no GL Ray, no Lightspeed or anything like that. We're just going to have to farm these characters up eventually, which is why I have Resistance Pilot and Ray Scavenger on here. So we're going to have to build this roster up a little bit here with the Resistance faction. Not the most amazing faction, especially without Zori and without Ray. Jedi Training Ray and BB-8. We'll just have to see what happens with this faction. I don't know how far I'm going to be able to take this, or how far I should take this. I'm going to try and relic every character on this farming guide, obviously. That's going to be kind of the goal here. But we'll have to see how far I can take this Resistance faction until I need to maybe throw the Resistance Hero Bros in here. I haven't decided if those are banned on the account yet. So in the comment section right now, comment Hero Bros. You do hashtag Hero Bros. Comment hashtag Hero Bros. And then say yes. Write a little comment saying yes or no if you think they should be banned or not banned. So hashtag Hero Bros. Yes, they should be banned. Hashtag Hero Bros. No, you should farm them eventually. So after this, I'm kind of thinking about going for BAM. Now, this is a little bit of a controversial decision, especially with the nature of this account, because Mando and Grief Karga are kind of good. Cara Dune goes in a few different places. Actually, we were talking about this in the Discord server a few minutes ago before I started recording this. Cara Dune can be put on a CLS team, so maybe I put Cara Dune in there instead of Lando, maybe. We'll just have to wait and see on that. And Queel is a good support character, but for this account, I don't think Queel is going to be super useful. So I don't really know what to do about this. I do think getting BAM would be funny if I just keep these guys the lowest possible, and then I take BAM super high, and then just don't upgrade anyone else. Maybe the old Bo-Katan. We'll just have to wait and see what happens here. Speaking of which, I have a little sidebar here. We did unlock the IG and Grogu character, because the events, the marquee is still going. So let me know what you guys think about if I should even bother upgrading this character. I don't know if this character would be good. It would be a character to add to the roster. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not sure what I want to do with this yet. I didn't put it on the farming path, but I'm thinking about maybe making a team with like Wat Tambor, Mon Mothma, IG-12, and Grogu. You know, all those characters that can not fight and they kind of just disappear. Making that a whole team, because I've seen people meme about that. It would be so funny. I want to see what happens. So, well, maybe we'll do something with that. We'll have to just wait and see. So after we maybe get Bam, I want to hear what you guys think about that. We will get the Jawa team all up and running. This can kind of be a pain in the ass if you relic them and mod them correctly. They can be a minor nuisance, so that would be fine. That would be kind of fun to do on this roster, is get a full Jawa team. Getting like the best Jawas in the game would be a feat for this account. That would be awesome. And after that, maybe we make a 3v3 Tusken team, but without the proper Tuskens that CG wants you to use. So we're gonna use Tusken Raider and Tusken Shaman. I think that would be kind of funny if we did that for a 3v3 Tusken team and just leave the other two not farmed at all. That'd be great. After that, a Wookiee team. I tried to build the worst Wookiee team that I possibly can. I believe I don't have normal Chewbacca or Vandor Chewbacca on here. I think those are the two Chewies I'm missing. This team is okay. It's kind of like the Jawas, where like without their Datacron, they're annoying at best. They're kind of usable if you use them in the proper way with a Datacron, whatever. This roster is going to desperately need some okay teams, and I'm okay with those okay teams being the Wookiees. I think the Wookiees could go on here. Let me know what you guys think about this composition. We're not going to go for Jabba, so I'm okay with putting Chrysanthemum on here. And I don't know. We'll see what happens here. I think this would be funny. A Scoundrel team here could consist of the solo characters, Gormian Guard and Mob Enforcer. I might switch out Kira for Bam, because we're going to get Bam, so it kind of would make sense to use this team, with Bam. So we'll have to see what I do here. Maybe I take off Young Han and put in Bam. I don't know how I'm going to make this team work, but maybe Bam will fit in this team somehow. Basically, this was an excuse to farm Mob Enforcer. My Scoundrel team will be very interesting, to say the least. After that, my Ugnaught, my BBG, we're going to have to upgrade this guy. Ugnaught is going to be one of those characters we take really high relic levels eventually. It's just going to be funny. It'll be really funny. So after Ugnaught, this is our kind of end game, end goal of the roster that I know everyone here is dying and waiting to see. Everyone in my community knows how much I hate HK-47. He doesn't fit on a Sith Empire team anymore, and if you use him on a Sith Empire team, you are stupid and you're bad and you're wrong. Maybe I'm a little biased just because of how annoying it's been. You know what? HK-47 on this account will be one of the best characters for sure. The way I'm going to upgrade and mod this guy to get him up and running. I have Sith Assassin on here just because it's a Sith Empire character that's also like one of the worst Sith Empire characters, so kind of just threw it on here. And then some terrible droids. IG-88 has a ship, so we'll be able to use that in fleets, I guess. We're going to have to use it. I know it's a good ship, but we're not going to get the Executor, so maybe we can make it work somehow. IG-86, just gotta put it on there. An Imperial Probe Droid might be a pain, but it'll be funny, so we'll have to see about that. And then some like DLC content for this account is going to be getting the Inquisitors with all of the Omicrons. You gotta finish it off. You gotta find the worst ways to optimize this roster. That includes leadership Omicrons on every single Inquisitor. That will be a pain, and I'm sure you can understand why they are last on the account. However, that is our farming guide. I believe this is what I'm going to do. Maybe throw in Bam somewhere in here somehow. I have heard recommendations about a bounty hunter team lead, which we could probably look at right now. A bounty hunter team lead. Hold on. We're not going to touch Ahsoka or Anakin ever again on this account, by the way. Let's take a look. So I was recommended trying a Embo lead with Greedo. I guess you'd have to do Scion of Django, but that's going to be a real pain in the ass to get. I'm trying to find the worst characters on here. Cad Bane and Dengar. Would this be a bounty hunter team? I probably don't know. I don't think we're gonna get Boba Fett, Sign of Django anywhere, but anytime soon, I should say. Bad bounties. Oh, I have a caps lock on. Bad bounties. Come on. Yeah, we'll call that bad bounties. So I guess that's a potential bounty hunter team I could go for. Again, we'll have to wait and see on that. Getting a conquest character like Scion of Django is not going to be an easy task to do at all. But I'm not getting Boba Fett. I'm not getting normal Boba Fett. I'm not getting Bosk. I'm not going to get Jabba or anything like that. So we'll just have to work around that, I suppose. But yeah, for now, this is the account. This is what we're going to be doing. I will make changes, probably weekly updates, depending on how many updates I have for you. If something happens on the account where like we're going to unlock CLS or something like that, then I'll upload a video a lot like that. But let me know what you think about this account. If you're excited for more, if you are, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to stay up to date with more fun, weird, awesome videos just like this coming daily. By the way, we're making daily content. So I'll see you in the next one. Peace.